Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. I want to welcome to our great chat room, and we're going to do a live recap today. And I have to say, you know, um, I always like to be perfect. Um, I like to, I just want to be perfect all the time. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, today I wasn't perfect, and kind of disappointed with myself because I could have been. And it was on a basic one stock, a Nvidia, and it kind of got me. It bit me, but I learned from it, and I walked away probably a better trader today, understanding what I did. And basically, at the end of the day, I just got in too early, and I didn't give it enough room, and I respected my stops where I could have maybe gave it a little bit more room. There's a lot of could have, would have, should have, but at the end of the day, um, the trade did not work for me, and I think that we should start with, I think we should start with that trade because it's not often that I am wrong. Um, I had the idea right, I just executed it wrong, and I'll show you how. NVIDIA was just gapping up the standard 2 points because the Nomura had comments, and then all the sectors actually had MU, AMD, LRCX, LCRX, the TES, all the gaming, and NVIDIA and AMD. They were all just exploding, even Intel, believe it or not. And, I guess CNBC did some little pieces on it, but these were like freight trains this morning. And, I figured AMD would probably just pop and fizzle down, gap fill, and then go long for the day. And that's really what I've been trading it almost whenever I feel like it. I mean, it's just like it's an instant paycheck. It's gapping up 2 or 3, let pop at the open scale and short, bring it out, gap fill it, bottom curl, go long. That's it. I mean, but today, NVIDIA decided, no, not for you, not today. Mm-mm. Yeah, we're gonna run a little bit for you. So and that's what it did. It ran, and um, so today is one of those days that you just kind of look back and you go, "Damn, wish I could have done it this way." And you learn from your mistakes. And what I did is, um, I got in a little bit early, and then I had stops. And we are a popular chat room. Let's face it. I mean, you can't you can't hide who we are. The public knows who we are. Twitter knows who we are. FinTwits knows who we are. I think the market makers know who we are. And I announced in the room that I had stops firm at 191, and I was not going to let the stock go beyond that. And you can see just how powerful we are. It hit 191. If I had just added, I had a 188.61 average. It was a beautiful average. You can see it almost topping out right here too, where it started to come down, and I just felt confident it was going to break. And if I had just added, I would have had probably a 190.20 average. Look at 187.60. Oh my God. 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 But hey, this is day trading. You can't always be perfect. And but I didn't get too bent. I kept my size decent, adding 100, then 50, then 100, then 50, 50, and then 100. You could hear me. I was just like, no, I'll add a little bit here. I kept my averages. So, losing 500-600 on a trade. Yeah. Do I appreciate that? No. I did. Darkside took the mic while I was on break, and he saw this coming down here, and just listening to him, because he's really a great technical trader, and his analysis of where the stock was going. And right about here, I went short again live in the room, and I was able to capture, I think it was 189.76, and it fell right just under. So I did a market order, and I covered just under 189 for about, I don't know, 76, 77 cents. So I got some money back, but I just wish I could be perfect. You know what I mean? I really wish I could be perfect. And that's what people expect of me, and I expect that of myself. And today, I kind of wasn't perfect on this particular call. And AMD was another one. This one, I'm still waiting to get paid. This one, I feel very strongly I'll win the battle before the close. But again, I just feel like you see how it broke the trend here below 29. You see how it broke here. So I have a nice short around the 29.30 area, and I'm just waiting for it to snap because I have a decent size on it. And if it snaps, just like it did here, see how it broke this? Well, ever since I told everyone that I want it to snap 29, even on Twitter, guess what the market makers do? Yeah, see what they're doing? Every time I get close, they just pop it right back up. So who knows? You might hear it during the webinar, me get paid. And if I do, I'll be so happy. I will be fucking happy. So this is, so these were just on a freight train. And it just, as a trader, it was simply the fact I got in a little too early on a locomotive train. And in hindsight, I wish I could have just went long the whole way, wrote it up, and then shorted it. But if I did that, I'd be a billionaire, And can't always have things your way, you have to learn. And so I wanted to start the webinar with what it's like when I make a mistake. And it's not happy. It's not great because nobody wants to fucking lose. But what I do take from my losses is that I learned. And I learned today more than ever to limit my losses by taking less size and playing with smaller size and letting the stock work. And those are the essentials of day trading. This is what's going to make you last in the business. And for that, I am proud of myself, and I'm forever grateful because I just take my lessons and I keep learning and learning and learning. And that's why we do these webinars. If I was beginning trading and I was working with somebody like myself, and I watched him make a mistake, and then he acknowledged his mistake, and he said, "This is where I went wrong and what I should have done." At least I can learn from that, from his mistake. So even if I didn't take the trade, I watched how he handled his composure. I watched how he handled himself as a trader, and how he handled the loss, and how he overcame the loss. These are important factors when you're working with somebody that is trying to help you become a better trader. So now let's take a look at some of the stuff that really worked really nice today. You want to take a look at? I'll tell you what. Let's look at, first off, on Nelson. This is a trade that was written a couple days ago. Now Nelson, somebody pulled out of the bid, and I'll kind of give you the kind of gist of it, okay, on Nelson. And I'll show it to you. About 2 or 3 days ago, and I'll be real. Rumors backed by New York Post that Blackstone, BX, pulled away from their bid. They didn't want to buy Nelson anymore. So Carl Icahn sold stake prior to initial public offering. Wow, in Lyft. News just hit. Wow. That's not good. No wonder it came down. He just dumped it. Wow. Okay. I'm sure, I can't wait for them to interview him on that one. Carl Icahn sold Lyft stake prior to initial public offering. Wow, he made out like a bandit, I'm sure. Anyway, Nelson, Blackstone was pulling out. Now, when they pull out of something, and I want you to see when it happened. It happened about 5 days ago. You see it? See how they pulled out of it? So I told the chat room I'd be buying the long side of it because I want you to learn something from this trade. Is that when, and I hope you all are learning this, the stock's going to end up back about the 26, 27 range where it came down. And the reason is because when somebody pulls out of their bid, they're just kind of composing themselves. They're trying to let the seller know like who's really, it's kind of like a posturing move. And a lot of you don't understand that. I understand that in trading. And I've seen this on Sinclair, SNCR. I don't know if you remember that. I remember the stock was at 11.50 and it pulled all the way to 8, and I went long. And I told everyone in the room go long. This was 3 years ago because our room has been around for 6 years. And people were just like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Just buy the stock. It's a composure. They're just posturing. They're going to come back and make a bid." And I shit you not, within 5 days later, they made a bid, and they bid higher, and the stock ran all the way back to 10. So everyone in the chat room won. Well, Nelson is that same thing. So I said, just give it a couple days, and the stock's going to ramp right back up because a bid will be on the table again. And like clockwork, look what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 5 days later. Now offers on the table with Blackstone. Okay. Next one I'm going to give you is a stock called RUHN. Okay. This is called Run. Now, this is important, and why I'm telling you this is because you need to understand who we are. All right. We are not only the greatest chat room on the planet, okay, but we're a smart chat room. We, a couple traders come in here and specifically trade IPOs. And I built my reputation when I was young on Twitterville and all over the place on IPOs. I used to read, I read them, I analyze them, I overanalyze them, I check the underwriters out. I do a lot of homework. And on Run, I made it clear to stay away from this IPO, just like I felt Lyft was not a very good IPO to buy at the open. I also felt Run was going to probably most likely sell off. And I take pride in this. I know a lot of you don't play IPOs, and a lot of you can't even short the IPOs. But imagine if you could, though, if you could be in a room that could tell you, I don't like this IPO, and I think it would probably sell off when it opens, just like Lyft. And then I want you to understand this. Very important, because I want you to look at Lyft in general. I mean, when it came out, I mean, do you see the 88 to 65? I mean, that's a 23-point trade. And look at today's IPO Run. It's already a 4-point trade. Do you understand that if you had allocation to short on Lyft and or Run or any of the IPOs, look what happens. But we have a beautiful IPO coming out tomorrow. We actually have a couple of them, but the one that stands out for me is NGM, baby. Woo! That's going to be a hottie. All right, NGM. I'd be highly doubt that you'll see a chart that looks like this tomorrow, unless they price out of its mind. How are we doing on Lynn, KJ? I don't hear a thank you because we just dropped another point. I'm not hearing thank yous. Okay? I need to hear thank yous because it's 132.10 now. Okay, so anyway, KJ asked if he can have a trade before I did the webinar because he always makes money when I do a webinar. So I told him to take the short on the stock called Lin. I'll show it to you. LIN. I just said take it here at 183 and it should flush. Roderick took some. My friend Roderick. And Roderick, you're in Germany, right? Or Poland? Somewhere over there? I believe so. And anyway, he took some short too to make up for his NVIDIA trade with me. We both traded that together. Okay, so RUHN. All right, so that's the next one. Let's do another one. Okay, I want you to see this one. You ready? Let's do I. Ready for I? Now I caught an upgrade this morning. Okay, and it's a JP Morgan upgrade. This is a buying opportunity right now, traders. Straight up, $15.40. Remember, calm? You filled the gap. I'd be loading and I'd be buying 17 and 19 calls week out. Okay, I'd be buying right now. Just load up. They put a $27 price target on I. The problem is when you have a stock like I, the stock will always sell off on the gap. You see the gap, and you see how I know it's going to sell off. You see the see how thin it is. You see how thick it is here. Okay, so these are all profit takers that are going to want to get out. And so, and you can actually pull up a 5-day chart and see the bag holders. See how they're all holding here? This is just a selling opportunity to get the hell out. They've been waiting for that. But look at the base. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to buy the stock now. $27 price target on a $15.50 stock. I mean, it's ready to go. Excellent trade here, setting itself up for a swing. All right. So anyway, here's the curl starting to form already. Probably close at 1570, 1590 before the close, and then gap up tomorrow. And you know how I know that? Look what I did on Calm yesterday. See Calm? See how it did the same thing? Sold off. Remember I gave you that yesterday? And look at this morning. Boom. I told everyone to buy it here. 2275 yesterday. Look at it here. 2420. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Okay, so there's I. Nice short. I even said you're not gonna believe this call. Look what I said on I. Ready? Where is it? I. There it is. JP Morgan. Short at 1725. Take it down to 16 and under. All you had to do is do that. Look where it hit. 1729. 1725. Isn't that disgusting? Oh, so beautiful. Gotta love trading. Gotta give props on a stock called Syne. S-Y-N-E. Gotta give props where they're due. Raphael, remember I told you? I said Raphael or B trades will give us a trade. Today, Raphael yesterday gave us Syne off the breakout here at around 550 in the chat room. And I'm honored every day that he comes in here and trades. He was here early this morning. And Syne he called out the 8 spot in pre-market. He felt the stock had room to 750 to 8. And like clockwork, it hit 8 within the first hour and 45 minutes of the open. It was just a beautiful 2-day chart. And I have to give props to him because he did give us the trade. He told us what it was going to do. He gave us the reasons. And I want to thank him very much for that trade, 2-day chart. And I'm going to celebrate that tonight because he did give it to us for 2.5 points if you took the trade with him. He's a great bio small cap trader. I learned a lot from him in the last 5 years of my life. And today was just him doing what he does. And I'm also going to give you another one that we did today. It's called OPTTT. It's OPTT. OPTT is, and it's interesting. I spoke about this yesterday. Remember I mentioned this? I said I made a joke about like a buoy or something in the ocean like OPTT, and I shit you not. Look what happened. Today, they came out with just probably the most stupidest news I've ever heard. I mean, when you really read through the PR, you're like, what are you doing? But I swear, even on stupid news, OPTT can run. So what I did is I kind of told everyone, listen, and everyone in the room was on the same page. I'm talking all the mods. I'm talking from even Darkside, Janny, P trades, Raphael. We all know how OPTT trades, and if you don't know, you have to know it is a small cap, low floater. Not a lot of shares out there, and any little news can just ramp this stock up. And I'll show you a 1-year chart. It's one of these. It's a beast once it gets going, and it could go on just a few shares, and then it's ignited. So to trade it, you have to be pretty smart. And if you notice my Twitter feed today, there was a lot of energy on the stock. I mean, we were all guiding. I can't take the credit alone. I mean, the whole room was just, we're killing it. And so what we did is we wanted to go long at $7 and $8 spot first because that was the initial call. And we wanted to take it to 10 because we knew it would go to 10. Then we wanted to pull it down. I thought the PR was pretty weak, but I wanted to pull it down and just gap fill it back down to 6 area. But if it curled, I had to be on top of it to tell everyone to go long because you can't fight against a freight train. And this becomes a freight train. So you have to be smart. You got to watch the stock, even though I think it's stupid for being up. And in the end, the stock's going to come back down, and that's cool. But you also don't want to get in too early. Okay, so knowing it's a formal runner in our room, and we love OPTT, this is what I did. Okay, and this is what we did. Forgive me. B Trades, Dark Side, Janny, Raphael, um, and of course AJ. And so what we did is, here's the pop at the open off the 7-8 spot, and we ran it to 10. Then we wanted to short the stock, which is beautiful short if you can get shorts, and we took it down to 8. All right, but then it found a base. Once the base was hit, I think it was B Trades immediately notified the room, watch the bounce, and I started to see it too, right here. So right around here, when it started to break through this flag, I was screaming, "Go long, baby! It's time." 3, 4, 500. Now here you can go 3, 4, 500 shares because it's going to launch. Okay. As you get higher and higher, you got to use less shares. So every time the flag was starting to break out, like right here, I told traders, okay, now use 300 to 200 shares. When it got here, I was saying use 100 to 150 shares. I just kept getting them to, I didn't want them sizing in with 1,000 shares anymore. It was done. And they were short trapping here for a last minute run, which I kind of sensed they were doing. But this actually broke the trend now, and it should end up coming back down to 8 before the close, which is right here. And in the end, it should just end up fading right back down. But it's a wonderful trade. Though the notes had it to sink down to 6, it probably won't happen until tomorrow. But for today, I thought it was well executed because we nailed the pop out of the gate. We got the short, and then everyone in the chat room, and I can't tell you enough. This is just one of those trades that if you were in the room, you made money, and it was so great to see Mr. Hudson. I think Ali, just a lot of great traders in the room just took it long, listened to me, listened to what we were saying, and just went for it. And it was a nice paycheck. I was really impressed with that trade. The next trade that we did was a stock. There was quite a few others. I want to just kind of game. We got that long at 8. Went to 10. JP Morgan on the I. Vine was good. AMD play at 52 and then long it. Yeah, that was a good one. We can do play. Boom. I want to do boom and see you pull over 170 long. This will short squeeze open towards 6. Oh, you know what? USNA. Okay. USNA was down on horrible guidance. But one thing you have to know about USNA, it's a very thin stock, and so they tend to buy up the weakness on the stock. Okay, and I kind of know this. I've been playing it for a while. So in my notes, I said to start nibbling right here. You see how I say I would take here 73 long. Give it room to 71 in case it pulls. If you take here long 73, give it room to 71 if it pulls towards that. But long it because the stock's going to go to 77 or more, and then it'll fade. And as soon as I wrote that, my friend Joel, he couldn't get in quick enough, and Joel loves these type of plays. It moved too fast. The notes just I don't know what happened. I don't know who got in it, but you want to see what happened? I wrote the note right here. You can see the time frame. I think it was right here, and you can see how it was sitting at 73, and it just launched. I mean, it literally, without hesitation, went to 81.82. I mean, I mean, talk about a gap fill. I mean, this was the fastest paycheck you could have gotten, and I thought that was pretty interesting on USNA. And then the other one I think what we liked was also Boom. Now, Boom, I'm going to share with you because I think it's important that you understand how to read this news. Okay, I think you see how it gaps up. Boom, was gapping up here. The first question you got to ask yourself, why? Why is it gapping up? Once I read the news, it was gone. I said to traders, go long at 54, 53, and take it to 57 or more. The stock should push right at the open. And you know why? I'm going to teach you something that a lot of you don't know. It's really, listen to me. Traders in the room, this is for you. I'm going to teach you something right now that you will never forget for the rest of your life. This is important. This is why we make these videos. I want you to look at something extremely important. You pros in here, pay attention, okay? Because you'll never forget this for the rest of your life. Watch what I read. I'm going to pull up the thing on Boom. And why did I think it was a long out of the gate? I'll show you. Why? You see this right here? You see this? Okay, they had a consensus of 82 million. Out of nowhere, Boot decided to raise their guidance to 100 million for the quarter. Do you understand that? Okay, that's a huge, huge, huge increase. All right, going from 82 and 100 million, you're making 28 million more. Okay, that is huge for a stock. So you can't go down. You're not going to short that stock. Don't ever think, oh, that's not going to justify the move. Excuse me? That thing is going to squeeze. Every short seller wants to get out of the trade. Are you kidding me? Imagine shorting the stock thinking they're going to miss the 82 and hit 74 million, right? Because that's why they're shorting the stock. Imagine waking up and reading the report going, holy shit, they're going to do 100 million? Get me they're on the phone with Goldman and Oppenheimer and TD. Get me the fuck out of my short. Oh my God. You know what that creates? That creates a huge squeeze out of the gate. You cannot lose on that trade. Whenever you see anything like that, ever again, long the stock, don't fucking argue. You want to see where it went? You want to see how quick that is? And a lot of people don't understand this news unless you're in a room like this that can catch it and understand what it's saying. Like, this is fucking huge. All right? So what do you do with huge news? You go long. And look at the long. Huh? Remember I said to go long at the open? And I said to 57? Boy, was I fucking wrong. Look at that, 61. There was no reason to sell. There was more buyers and short squeezing. I mean, you couldn't, even if you tried to sell at 59, you'd probably sell at 60. By the time you put a market in, you'd be at 61. I mean, it was fucking beautiful. Eventually, it's going to top off because of valuation and then fade. So you can see the topping was 61. They really topped it. Market makers are like, okay, that's it. And it came down to 59. Really good trade, though. And it really was a good short because you can actually just put your stops right here at the high and just keep them firm at 61.50, which I think we were suggesting. And you see how it just traded like this, and then now it's just fading. It should come down to 57. I don't think it'll fill the full gap, so I wouldn't expect it. But you have a lot of shorts in a stock like this thin, you're going to run right out of the gate on something like that. Okay, so I wanted to bring that to your attention. Okay, so those are the trades. NLSN, got a little bit of everything today. RUHN, I, Zine, OPTT, Boot, and USNA. Those are the 7 charts we'll do tonight. Did I learn something today? Absolutely. I learned a lot as a trader. NVIDIA taught me good lessons, and I got to learn a lot from the great mods in the room. So I'm still short AMD. I'm up 9 cents on that trade. I'm just waiting for it to break 29, and if it hits 29.04 one more time, I think I'll probably just cover and just get out of it and be done. But at least I'll be in the money, and I'll be happy with that. It was a wonderful day to trade, to learn, and to walk away a better trader is really what it's about, even when you lose. And that's why we do what we do. And these videos really help. And at the same token, what's really cool is we have such a great community. And I did want to take a moment and think we had over 100 new subscribers in the last 45, 60 days that have come in. More came in today. I'm grateful every day that we can bring people from all over and try to help them become really good traders, consistent traders, and we can all trade together as a community. Every day I will get up early at 3:30 o'clock in the morning and really work my ass off to help you. But you've got to be around. You've got to understand. You've got to listen. You've got to take notes. to improve your skill, because the more you understand what's going on, day trading and the movement of the stocks and why, you will make so much money. And it just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Um, Usually a trader comes in, I got about a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month at the most to show them the talent that we can do in here. And normally we get them hooked and they're here, and I'm grateful. And I'm really grateful. So also we have a nice community of traders that like to talk to one another, and you can join anytime for free. There's currently 1,110 members right now, 1,110. There's 230 online right now, and you can join for free. I'm not in that room. It's where a community, all the day traders, they go in there and they just kind of talk about what's going on, how they traded, what they traded, and of course a lot of the mods are in there. And then we also have every day for free the recap webinars, which I have found them to be extremely valuable to traders today. Get over 120 people that view them almost every day, and as the videos go on, there's up to 200 views. I mean, I love it that because people are recapping what they're doing, what they did wrong, and they're free. I don't need to charge you for this kind of stuff. I just want you to learn. It's really important because the more you learn, the more you will earn, and that's really what it's about. Because the better, I want you to become so great and so confident and so awesome. You know, I want you to be a leader, and you can only be one if people around you that believe in you. And I really do mean what I say when on my Twitter feed. I don't know if you follow me on AJ Trader 7, but I can't say enough about this type of feeling I have with when I trade with people. And I'll show it to you right here. It's right there. Surround yourself with positive people who believe in your dreams, encourage your ideas, and support your ambitions, and bring out the very best in you. I don't know any other room out there that really truly believes in that, and I believe in it every day I get up. I want to be the best teacher. I don't call myself a mentor, and I don't think there's anybody that really justifies themselves to be called a mentor. I get insulted when these kids that are 22, 23, or people less than 5 years trading, I'm a mentor, and I put 90 trades to short 10 cents. I mean, that you're not. You're not. Me, I look at myself as a professor. I think I'm beyond a teacher. I'm more of a professor. And why? How can I say that? 12 chat rooms came from here, right? So, I mean, you do the judge. You know, you be the judge. So, but am I a mentor? No, no. To me, a mentor, in my words, never makes a mistake. In my vision, he's perfect. He never makes a fucking mistake. But a professor, he can make a mistake. But overall, he's a professor for a reason. And, or you can call me daddy. A lot of people call me daddy. I'm daddy. I'm daddy. All right? Call in. AJ, I'm back from absence. Can't wait to learn from a great. Oh, Colin, welcome back, Colin. Colin just joined us. Another monthly subscriber. We're already having over a dozen subscribers in the last 2 days. We're building. We are so awesome. That's why we're called Awesomecalls Trading. I love you all. Keep your tweets coming. Stay positive. Even when you're red, learn from the shit. Be good. Be solid. And know that I got your back. All right? So I will see you tomorrow. Or not the room, but those that are listening. And if you want to be a part of this great room, all you got to do is click. That's it. Done. 25 bucks. All right? 25 bucks for a day, 100 for a week. You sign up for a month, give you money right back. Right? Because it's not about the money. I don't give a shit. I don't really fucking care about the money. We make our money trading. This is what we do. But more importantly, it's what you do coming in here every day. And I love you all. Enjoy your lunch. Take care. God bless.